everyone. So today we're gonna go over how to evaluate functions. Before we do that, let's just talk about function notation, just so that we remind ourselves about the structure of a function. So in function notation, on the left side, the letter right in front of the parentheses is the name of the function. So in this case, f is the name of the function. The letter inside of the parentheses, this tells you that x is the input. So whatever we have in here, in this case an x, that would be your input. And then on this side tells you what the function does. So in this case, the function multiplies the input times 2. Okay, and then we're gonna do some examples where we're gonna use function notation, and the Regents does as well. So just wanted to go over the structure. Before we do those examples, let's just talk about what the word evaluating means. So evaluating means to solve. So we're gonna use the calculator to solve functions when we're given an x value. And there's actually two methods that I'm gonna go over. Whichever method works for you, it'll give you the same answer. So whichever one is best for you, please use that one. So the first method, let's say we're evaluating the function f of x equals x squared plus 2x plus 1 when x equals 1. So we were given the input of x equals 1. So the way that we're going to use the calculator, and I'm going to just read these steps, but then I'm also going to show them using my calculator. So you will click on y equals. You will type this side of the function, so this side over here, right? So x squared plus 2x plus 1. You click second and graph to get to the table. And in the x column, you find 1 because that is the input that we were given. And then the partner in the y column, or like the output in the y column to 1, that is your answer. So we're going to do that in the calculator now. I have this one. Okay, so like I said, we're going to go to y equals. We're going to type x squared. I forget what the function is. X squared plus 2x plus 1. X squared plus 2x plus 1. And then we're going to go to our table. And to do that, we're going to click on second and graph. And then what we're going to look for here in the x column, we're going to look for 1 because that's what we were asked to look for. That's the input that we were given. So we found 1 in the x column, and the output to 1 is 4. So that is our answer. Our answer is 4. So if we go back here, what this means is that for the function f of x equals x squared plus 2x plus 1, when we're given the input, when we're given the input of 1, the output is 4. So f of 1 equals 4. So that was the first method. Pretty much using the table. You already know how to use the table. You're really good with finding the table in the calculator. So you're just interpreting the fact that f of 1 equals 4. So that's the first method. The second method, we're still using the calculator. So let's say, same idea, we're evaluating x squared plus 2x plus 1 when x equals 1. So what this means is that wherever we see an x, we're going to replace it with a 1. I'm going to put parentheses because that's what we do when we replace. So if you notice, let's use a highlighter this time. So we have an x here and an x here. And that's why that was replaced with parentheses 1, parentheses 1. Right? So we write this out in our paper. And now you're going to type the right side, meaning you're going to type this in the home screen of the calculator. So I'm going to do that now. So let me go back here. And this is the home screen, right? Will be the screen that you see as soon as you turn on the calculator. And we're going to type in this. Oh, sorry. This. So parentheses 1, close your parentheses square. And there was plus parentheses, I'm sorry, plus 2 parentheses 1 plus 1. Oh, sorry. Again, parentheses 1 square plus 2 parentheses 1 plus 1. Right? So that's what I had written out here. Trying to zoom in, but it doesn't. And then I'm just going to hit enter. And we see that 4 that we got in the other method also. So now we can see, and I'll write it out as the last step, that f of 1 equals 4 again. And we're still using the calculator. It's whatever method that works best for you. But you see that you still get the same answer.